NFC teams. I think the Lions are starting to look kind of back. I mean, I still need to see how they play last couple weeks of the season, but right now they looking better than the Cowboys. And they looking better than the Eagles. And when we just look at the 4 teams in the NFC that's making noise, Niners, Lions, as far as top teams, I know some other young teams that's scratching and clawing, trying to get into the playoffs and the wild card race and still in the hunt. But right now, Detroit is just looking a little better than what what the Cowboys lost this past weekend, and then Buffalo is not somebody that I see is somebody that we looked at as a team with a run game, and they ran up and down the field on the Cowboys. So I'm just kind of in the sense if they do that, we know Miami loves to run the ball. Yeah, they throw it. But shit, Mostert and I can't even say old dude's name. A chain is in the game, and they shit or either or of them. It really don't matter. I just don't see. I don't see how they not gonna replicate that after what we saw from the Bills. Who again, I don't think we look at the Bills as a team who really has a run game. The one thing that we've always talked about the Bills is that we know they can throw it. They just think they always had a suspect run game. And they ran for over 200 yards as a team. Oh boy had like 180 by himself. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Miami, I think, is kind of finding themselves again after that loss to the Titans. It's going to be a good game this weekend between them and the Cowboys, of course, and that easily could switch it up. Kansas City is kind of being helping around that 6, 7, 8 spot for me. Of course, 1 and 2 is pretty much self-explanatory. Cleveland's kind of been hanging around at 8. They're still winning games. Buffalo went up a spot, and then I knocked out the Jags. I ain't gonna lie. I knocked out the Jags and put the Texans up there. Texans just had a good division win against the Tennessee Titans. And I'm going to show y'all this shit. Like Jacksonville had a nice, and they just been wetting the bed. They've been wetting the bed. Let me see. Here we go, right here. Look at this. There are now 3 teams in that division, all with an 8-6 record. The Jags, the Colts, and the Texans. The Colts got the Falcons, the Raiders, and the Texans to finish off the schedule. So that's what that's looking like. The Colts got the Falcons, the Raiders, all 3 winnable games. The Texans, of course, we know but they got the Browns, the Titans, and the Colts. Maybe a little bit tougher schedule. We'll see. The Jags, last 3 games are against the Bucks, who are still trying to fight for a playoff spot. The Panthers, that's probably a dub, and the Titans is going to play them hard regardless. So you got 3 teams in one division that's all tied in the middle of December. So for Jacksonville got kicked off. I think they are sliding. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to the Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to the Bucks. And you fake. You ain't said nothing about that nigga all weekend.
No, I told y'all that Baker was gonna be that guy this year. I told y'all this. He had a perfect passer rating, like 388, 4 touchdowns, no picks.
Man, you ain't said nothing about that man all weekend.
Oh, I've been just basking in glory all weekend. I kept it simple. I told y'all that boy's a beast. He's coming back. Comeback player of the year. He needs to be.
I don't know about all that.
He's putting up top 10 numbers this year. Think about it. He should be top 10 in passing yards, top 10 in touchdowns, top 10 in less picks. His QBR rating top 10. He has to be. Like he's having just as good of a year as Trevor Lawrence, and that's y'all's golden boy. Y'all call him the Prince, right?
I don't call
Pretty
that
much
nigga the
his
Prince.
numbers is pretty much just as good as Baker Mayfield. Oh boy, this list.
Boy, boy, this list was hard, boy.
I don't know what to say about this list, but it's really switched up a lot from just 2 weeks ago. Crazy.
I mean, a lot's happening too. Well, you ain't even see the one from last week. I had the Cowboys at 3 last week. The Cowboys at 3 last week.
Oh, what really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would remove. I agree with everything on this list except for two. I would move Buffalo to number at least number 9.
They at 9 right now.
Sorry, number 8 with Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
And I would take out Houston and put the Colts in there.
You like the Colts better than Houston right now?
Absolutely. The way they played against the Steelers with the backup quarterback and the backup running back was really impressive. The Colts
Yeah, I
are a
saw it.
team.
Yeah.
They are a team that they will hit you in the mouth. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I think Houston, due to the injuries, due to CJ not on the way there, they lost Tank down. I just feel like they're gonna hit that plateau, and I think they're pretty much almost there. I don't think they're gonna go anymore. I think the Colts will win the division.
I mean, the only game that I would say, I mean, all of their games are tough because they got the Browns next week, they got the Texans, and then I mean they got the Titans, and then they close out with the Colts. I mean, looking at the schedule, the Colts really do have the best chance because the Colts got the Falcons, the Raiders, and end with the Texans. If they at least take care of the Falcons and the Raiders, I think if they win 2 of their next 3 games, I think the Colts could probably win this division. I don't think Jacksonville's winning the AFC South anymore.
Yeah, because Trevor Lawrence is not 100%. They lost. Yeah, I know. Yeah, still a toss up.
Yeah. But right now, and this is just right now, I feel Detroit is still playing. I think Detroit's playing a little better than Dallas and Philly right now. So that's the only reason why I got them right there. I think this weekend is going to be telling of how you know what Miami could really be as far as because I mean, we can put them in the same category with the Cowboys for real. Like as far as them beating, good teams, they can really be right there in the same category. I mean, I ain't trying to get, I mean, a shutout is a shutout. You keep a nigga from scoring, you keep a nigga from scoring. I mean, but at the same time, I am understanding that it is the New York Jets. So it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, is this going to be another story where we're talking about Miami can't beat good teams whenever they play the Cowboys this weekend?
And we're
Uh,
not to
but
cut you off, we are not the Cow. We're not Miami. We've actually beat two teams over 500 this year. We
Well, I
beat
mean, they
Philly.
was in the same. They was in the same category. Like they was
Correct.
getting talked about the same before y'all beat Seattle, and then of course y'all beat Philly. So
Understood.
that's kind of. I mean, that they both was talked about like that, but Miami still yet to do it. Hell, they lost to the goddamn Titans a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, come on, man, y'all. I mean, I understand Tyreek was out for a little bit. I get the context of him. I'm like, god damn. But the way they lost on them last couple of plays is just like you deserve to lose that game. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. I agree with the list 100%. I'll put honorable mention Cincinnati. They're still in there, just as an honorable mention. But I think this is the perfect order. It could be San Fran is really the lone wolf on top. Baltimore is really the lone wolf on top in the AFC, and it's just everybody down from there. So